next episode of stupid fucking motherfucking Republicans. Like, holy fucking fuck, man. We got some stupid ass bitches here. So in the next episode of stupid ass motherfucking Republicans, I've got an article from The Hill. This is The Hill. This is the, at some point in time, possibly as of right now, but owned by multiple billionaires that love Donald Trump. This is The Hill. And they published an article. This is an article by Emily Brooks. I don't know who that is, and I don't aspire to know who that is. 5 things Republicans would do in a House majority. So, I don't, Steve Scalise is looking a little weird over there. But anyway, yeah, so let's just read this shit. Apparently, Kevin McCarthy posted some planks or whatever, Republican Party platform, I don't know. So the first thing in bold is take aim at the IRS. Now, why would Republicans want to take aim at the IRS? I don't know. Maybe they're the party of tax fraud. I'm not sure. One thing I just want to say this, personally, I don't care about tax fraud. I think that tax fraud is only a problem if you're a billionaire. That's my opinion. Also, we print our own currency. Taxes don't really mean much anymore anyway. But as far as tax fraud goes, I don't know, man. If you're a billionaire, go fuck yourself. You should be paying your taxes. In fact, you shouldn't even be allowed to be a billionaire. My opinion, there should be a 100% wealth tax over, $250 million. 100% of your wealth goes to the government. That's my opinion. Anything other than that, I don't fucking care. If you make less than that much money, I don't give a shit how much tax you pay. I don't give a shit what kind of taxes you pay. I don't give a shit about your tax payment frequency. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. House Republicans' first bill, McCarthy announced at a Friday rollout event, will aim to reverse the portion of the Inflation Reduction Act signed into law this summer that provides $80 billion to the IRS and significantly boosts staff. Now, again, the IRA's bill, not to be confused with the, the group in Ireland, but the IRA bill, or I guess act, what it does is it targets rich people. It targets rich people with the IRS. So note that. The IRA actually specifically goes after people that are higher earners. That's why Republicans want to target the IRS. They don't give a shit about the IRS harassing poor people or, auditing someone that makes like $20K a year. They don't give a fuck about that. They couldn't fucking give a shit less. All they fucking care about is helping their billionaire buddies, right? So I'm just throwing that out there. We're going to repeal 87,000 IRS. There's also these fucking conspiracies that like the IRS or whatever is like they're training agents like with guns that they're going to go in and kill people that are late on their taxes or something. Like there's a lot of crazy ass conspiracy theories going on about the IRS. And so I don't know, man. I don't know. Launch a flood of investigations. Okay, well, we're going to investigate. What are we going to investigate? I don't know. Perhaps the biggest tool for a GOP-led House with a Democratic president able to veto Republican bills would be the power to direct hearings and demand information and documents. Republicans promised to conduct rigorous oversight to rein in government abuse of power and corruption, and flaunted that they have already sent more than 500 requests for information and documents. So again, corruption. Now, can we talk about corruption in Democratic White House? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Any day of the week, I'm down to talk about how Joe Biden can be corrupted and has done some corrupt dealings. 100% okay to talk about that. But you want to know the list of people who have no right to talk about corruption in the White House? Republicans. Trump voters. Why? Just fucking come on now, right? Look at what goddamn Donald Trump is doing, giving business deals to Saudi Arabia, and then, allowing them to kill a journalist for no reason. Just look at what he did with the classified documents with the FBI raid. He stole government property. If I were to have stolen classified information, I would be probably not even in jail. I'd have been executed by now. Donald Trump's still walking around, right? So again, the last people I care about at all when it comes to talking about corruption are Republicans. So they plan to investigate the Biden administration's handling of the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan. Of course, when Trump said we're going to get out of Afghanistan, Republicans are like, oh, yes, we got it! Right? And then Joe Biden actually does it, and Republicans are like, ah! Right? So, again, these dumbass motherfuckers, with several House Republicans pledging to specifically investigate Fauci. The chief medical advisor to Biden and longtime director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and Policies on the U.S.-Mexico border. So why are they going to go after Fauci? Who knows? Why? Like, policies on the U.S.-Mexico border? It's a closed, heavily secured border. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do there. But again, it's all about getting on TV to wave their conspiracies around. And that's really all it is. Quote, we will give the Homeland Security Secretary blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Rep. Jim Jorgen also said that he would look into the Department of Justice as chair of the House Judiciary Committee. He's going to look into the Department of Justice. Really? He's going to look into it. Okay, well, let's find out now what he's going to look into. The number one thing is this weaponization of the DOJ against the American people. Against the American people? Against the American people? The DOJ is going after American people now? Well, I mean, we can have a debate. We can have an argument. We can discuss facts about the FBI, the DOJ, going after, I don't know, black activists, for example. Maybe civil rights leaders in the 1950s, 60s, 70s. Maybe we can talk about the FBI, maybe the FBI was involved in some assassinations. Who knows? Martin Luther King Jr., for example, they threatened him the day that he was assassinated. They threatened him for weeks and weeks and months and months and months and years and years and years. They also threatened him the day he was assassinated. So who knows? We could talk about the DOJ, the FBI, and their crimes against the American people. But of course, Jim Jordan doesn't give a fuck about that. He doesn't give a fuck about that. He only cares, Donald Trump was raided, and Donald Trump is the representation of the will of the people or some fucking shit. Anyway. Oh, they're going to fucking investigate Hunter Biden. Christ's sake. All right. Wade into school culture war issues. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Here we go. McCarthy's plan calls to defend fairness by ensuring that only women can compete in women's sports. And he has specifically said that he would bring up the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act. So again, fairness. Let's talk about fairness for a second here. Fairness in sports. Fairness in sports. Well, let's talk about one example of fairness in sports. So there's a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer by the name of Michael Phelps. And Michael Phelps was able to dominate his sport because of the totally fair genetic mutation that he has that makes him, he has a very rare genetic mutation that makes him better than everyone else just by default. Just by default, because he was lucky. He got born into the right genetic set, and now he's the best at swimming, right? So when we talk about fairness, when all human beings are different, all human beings have different sets of genes, right? If we want to talk about fairness, the only way to accomplish this would be to properly screen every single person who plays sports, their genome. That's the only way to participate, right? You have to have height classes, weight classes. Maybe we should mandate what diets these athletes are on, because, if you eat a diet of refined carbohydrates, fast food, McDonald's, you're going to perform a lot less efficiently compared to someone who's eating salads every day, lots of vegetables, some fruits, right? You're going to be competing a lot worse. So maybe we should go into these people's private lives, control their diet. I mean, hey, these are the motherfuckers talking about fairness in sports. I don't give a fuck about fairness in sports. I don't care. Fuck sports. Fuck fairness. There is no such thing as fairness, and sports are made up anyway. I don't give a fuck about this. These are the motherfuckers that care about fairness in sports. So, I don't know, man. Seems to me like they don't really care about fairness in sports. They just want to harass minorities. So anyway, next. Push domestic energy and gas production. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Republicans put a large focus on increasing domestic energy as a means of lowering fuel prices and increasing the number of well-paying jobs. The platform calls to cut the permitting process time in half to reduce reliance on foreign countries, House Republicans unveiled. Now again, if you want to do this, push domestic energy and gas production, I want you to understand this. The United States of America is a big-time exporter of oil and gas. If you want to stop relying on foreign governments, you know what you would do? You would nationalize the energy sector. What you would do is, now my opinion, send all the oil and gas company executives to jail and just steal all of their shit because they're fucking criminals anyway. That's my opinion. But if you want to do it fair, they love fairness. You want to be nice to the billionaires and the criminals who destroyed our economy in 2008 and onward, destroyed our planet. You want to be fair to them in some way, whatever. Fuck you. we can buy it from them. Why? We print our own currency, right? So we can just buy all of it from them, right? We are a net exporter. We export. Why? Because it's more profitable for corporations to export while the people in this country suffer. So now, again, obviously, I want to diminish the reliance on fossil fuel and gas and so forth in this country. But again, if you cared about domestic energy and having access to energy, what you would do is nationalize this sector, take all that fucking shit under government control. So, just throwing that out there. Is there anything else? Scrutinize local crime policies. Oh, boy. High crime rates have been a major midterm campaign topic, and an NBC News poll released this week found that the GOP, with a 23% point edge over Democrats when voters were asked who could better handle the issue. Now, I just want to say this. Now, again, another example of Americans being brain-dead, stupid motherfuckers. Republicans and Democrats are both equally pro-law enforcement. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish Democrats would actually fucking put their foot down in favor of American safety and civilians. I wish that was the case. But we don't live in that world. Joe Biden, one of the first things Joe Biden did after running on a platform of, oh, we're going to change policing and make them more fair and whatever. One of the first things he did was pledge a 3 times increase of police funding. That was one of the first things he did as president. 3 times increase on police funding. So the idea that anybody thinks that the GOP is more pro-law enforcement than Democrats, I'm sorry, you're fucking brainwashed. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter. You live in La La Land. Go fuck yourself. So anyway, this article's fucking stupid, and there's of course no critical shit going on when it comes to the Republicans, and the Republican Party's just fucking crazy. So if anyone votes for these people, I mean, again, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot, man. You are a fucking idiot if you vote for Republicans. Full stop. Full fucking stop. Right? There is no, like, I don't care about hearing your case. Right? All I need to know, if you want the most, single, point of data, right, when judging if someone is a fucking idiot or not, right, the way to find that out is ask them who they vote for. If they vote for Republicans, they're a fucking idiot. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to ask them about, any other politics. They're just fucking stupid. They can't parse basic facts, basic logic, basic reasoning, or they don't care and they just trust Republicans. They put a blanket trust on them, which is even dumber, right? So I don't know, man. Fuck these motherfuckers, and anyone who supports them, they're all fucking stupid. But there you go. That's 5 things that Republicans would do with a House majority. So let's hope that doesn't happen.